on my way.
Hey, it's Camo. Welcome to Nashville Meets World. We have another sunshine for you today. Unlike the crappiest day in Nashville, we've got lots of sunshine. Erica Sunshine Lee.
Hey there, how's it going?
I'm so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I think I started following your antics when I lived in England. So
Yeah.
that would be 9 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and we bumped into each other here and there, and finally you're here.
Yay!
What always caught me about you as an artist was you go everywhere.
Everywhere.
Are there any countries you haven't played in yet?
I have not played in any country in Africa other than Kenya. And I have not even played in Alaska. So if you know somebody that wants to book me in Alaska, let me know, because that's the last state that I have to conquer.
Wow.
So that would be kind of a bucket list. But yeah, I've done Asia and South Pacific and Europe, but I've not been to Russia.
No,
So,
there you go.
goals. Not in the winter. I probably won't be there in the winter.
Although the Russians have probably read all your personal information anyway.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Or the Chinese.
I'd like to be a Russian spy. That sounds really cool in the movies.
Yeah. And in true artist fashion, when you grow up.
Nah.
I'm so impressed by you because you're a writer, you're a producer, you're a singer. You just seem to do it all. And you always seem to be having the most fun.
You have to. You have to. I think that this journey has taught me, if nothing else, to just live every day the fullest, enjoy where you are in the journey, because I mean, you're always going to have somebody that's lower on the totem pole and higher on the totem pole, no matter who you are, if you're Keith Urban or if you're the brand new artist like Ashley McBride. You know, you've got to just kind of look at your own story. What are you trying to tell? And how do you want to leave your legacy behind? And so I feel like every day I've got these amazing opportunities to travel around the world, to meet cool people, and to share my songs. And how cool is that I get to do what I love? And not everybody is in a job that they love, and I see that every day, and I just am even more grateful that I have such an awesome opportunity to do what I want to do every day, wake up, and even on the tough days, even on the hard shows, even when you're sick as a dog and you can't even sing, you know, you just still have to look back and go, man, I've got to travel the world, and I've got to meet some amazing people, write with some amazing people, play with some amazing heroes of mine, and look back and be grateful.
I think you bring up a good point there, that you're doing what you love, and people come to your shows to escape working at something they hate.
Typically.
And I think a lot of performers lose sight of that and try to bring all that heavy crap in. And it's like, no, I want to escape. I just want somebody that's going to make me feel good for 90 minutes.
Right.
And with the sunshine in your name, you can't help but make people feel good. You cast off UV.
I try. Exactly. I think it followed me from Georgia to California and back to Nashville, so it's just kind of always been a nickname, and it's stuck. And I think with a lot of my songs, when I look out in the audience and see them laughing or smiling or clapping or singing along, it really does make a difference to have that kind of impact on people.
What's your favorite aspect of what you do? Because producing is an entirely different animal than performing or writing. What's your favorite gig to do?
It's kind of like, what's your favorite song, or who's your favorite kid? I feel like that's really tough, because once I put that hat on, I have like a business brain, and I'm booking shows, and I book other bands, and I manage other bands, but then I've got this artistic side of writing, and when I sit down with a guitar or with a computer or a pen and a paper or with my voice memos in my phone, I'm constantly having lyrics and ideas, and then I just go into a different character sometimes. When I'm writing for other artists, I just put myself in their shoes, and it's cool to escape my own life and kind of be that person and interact. And even with my new single, Bad Bitch, it's a true story about a rum runner in the 1920s, and a lot of people were like, oh, the title, you know, the shock of a Southern Baptist girl singing a bitch song. And I said, no, it's actually a really cool true story. And so learning the history behind that, and then you get in a room and you're producing a whole album and working with other artists or my own records, that to me is kind of like you're the wizard behind the curtain that nobody gets to see, and you get to go, oh, this is a good instrument, or this song needs this, and it's kind of like cooking. You know, it's like if you don't get back there and mix the ingredients and put the right things in, it can turn out really wrong or it can turn out amazing. And being on stage, I love the aspect of being able to transition from the artistic side of me in my room with a guitar to really personal, just sharing that with everybody and to be able to kind of interact and see what kind of response you get on certain songs, or shock factor, or the laughter or the tears, and it's all kind of like a big production at the end of the day.
You strike me as, and I think you kind of said it, that there isn't really a place where one ends and another begins.
Mm-hmm.
It's all intertwined, and a lot of people have to compartmentalize.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I got my producer hat on now. I have to think differently, and I have to do things differently and be different. And same thing with performing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be another person, but when you can just let all of that flow seamlessly together, you don't have to remember where you are as much.
You don't, and I think it's just when you're true to yourself and you just are who you are naturally, you're always going to be better off as a performer. You don't have to pretend. You know, I mean, definitely there are more songs that are true, there are songs that are made up. But as the artist, I can still tell that story and still feel authentic because it's something that I personally wrote because I'm connected to it. Whether it's about my friend, my cousin, my own personal life, or somebody that I've never met like Marie Waite. And I don't feel like that there is ever really any kind of a start and stop to that. I feel like it's who I am. It's always who I've been. I've always loved to write, but I've always performed and sang since I was 5 years old in church. So it's really natural for me. And breaking into karaoke bars at 18 up until, you know, being able to get up on stage in front of 15,000 people and just rock out. It's so different, you know, from an intimate house concert to the big stage, but it's still me sharing my songs with my guitar.
Do you ever turn off all of that, or can you not turn off all of that stuff?
I don't think I can unless I'm asleep. And even in my crazy sleep, I think I'm dreaming stuff that's either really random stories that might give me an idea to write a song about it. So I don't know that it ever shuts off. But I'm probably, as you would say, a big personality, so I don't know that you can shut off that.
Yeah, you're a big personality.
I've heard it a couple times, and I agree. Like, I definitely love being around people, and I know some artists need that time to kind of decompress, and I think I get so much alone time when I'm on the road or I'm in an airplane or I'm traveling, so I don't really feel the need to just shut it off and go be recluse for a while.
Yeah, I don't see you as doing it.
I'm like, bring on the people, bring on the crowds, bring on the new experiences, the adventures.
And I'm exactly the opposite. Crowds freak me out.
Really?
And interacting with people and doing the small talk thing, I have a really difficult time with. But alone is where I function. And it's just, and a lot of artists are the same thing.
Right.
You know, getting out on stage just freaks them out.
Yeah.
But it's their job, and you find a way to adapt and be able to do it.
Yeah, and I do love being on stage. There's something like, even when I go watch other musicians play, it's like, sometimes it's really hard to not want to jump up on stage and sing with them. And sometimes I'm downtown in Nashville and you see somebody and they know me and they jump, you know, you get called up on stage or you just jump up there with them and it's fun. It's not like as much as like, hey, look at me. It's just like, that's where you naturally thrive. It's like, you know, taking a cactus out of the desert. So it's really cool.
You want to do a song?
Sure. This is my new single. It's for all the little girls and big girls out there. And I was actually in Costa Rica last year and was reading a story on Instagram about Sarah Blakely, you know, the girl on Spanx. Yeah. And it was so cool. It was a story about her starting her company of spandex and all these women products by women. It was the first company that lingerie had been made by a woman. And so I thought it was interesting. That took a while.
That seems like a no-brainer.
It does seem like a no-brainer, but you know, the world is round too. Yeah. And once we thought that before. So it's kind of interesting, like, to see that she said, I want to change the world, and I did it from my dorm room. And I was sitting there in a hotel room in Costa Rica playing a show that night, and I was like, I want to change the world. And so this song hit me in the room, and I finished it there. To the dreamer, the little princess, to the tomboy running at recess, to the prom queen or the shy teen playing flute in the high school band, face with braces, thinking that you're never gonna make it through the 10th grade. Well, keep the faith, blink your eyes, you'll be graduating. I hear what you're saying, beautiful blue jean baby with a glitter heart
good message too, especially in these times.
days, yeah.
You, to me, have been a bit of a trailblazer for women in country music, especially because I've watched you just take the bull by the horns and just travel everywhere, including one country in Africa. And you just always come across as so self-assured. This is your path. This is what you're doing, and God help the person that gets in your way.
Exactly.
And I think you set a really good example for youngsters, like I'm 200 years old, but for younger people that are trying to come up, women especially. Do you see yourself in that role?
I've loved the opportunity that I've had to write with all ages, all backgrounds, all genres, and it's been really cool. But I think I love to be able to connect because I've always loved kids. I was a babysitter when I was 9 years old, and I grew up around a lot of kids. And I just feel like when I came to Nashville, I was so new and I was knocking down doors, and I had people that took me under their wing. And being able to kind of transition into more of a mentor role for me, writing with younger girls, and just trying to give them, the confidence that they need to get on stage and the ability to say something and have something powerful and meaningful behind it. Even if it's a murder song, it kind of has that ultimate underlying story of don't mess with me, or don't treat me bad, or don't lie to me, or don't cheat on me. And so it kind of proves that point of, even though I'm not a murderer and, I'm a Christian and I do want to leave a good example, it still allows me to kind of go, okay, you're a strong woman. And I think especially in this kind of decade and this era, this year of the woman and the go woman power, I've never been like a diehard feminist. I think men are great. I think women are great. I think we all have those superpowers that we need to tap into. But being able to kind of be a part of their journey and say, look, don't let somebody limit you because of your age or your gender or your background or your color or whatever you believe. And I've always been a firm believer that like the cream rises to the top. And sometimes starting out, you don't have the chops, you don't have the songs, you don't have the network or the connections, but don't let it be an excuse. Just be who you are, be proud of who you are, be confident in that. And I think that it's been really cool because I've heard some of the parents of the younger girls that I've written with or produced album for is to just say like, thanks for being a part of it, or thanks for like giving them a chance or writing with them or teaching them those kind of things. And I was kind of surprised that one of them told me, hey, every time she comes home from writing with you, it's a different person. She glows. Wow. And I just thought that was the best compliment ever, to feel like I'm making a difference because I know so many people have helped me along the way.
Kim Copeland, it's hard to think of female producers in town. But Kim Copeland, really, she's dynamic.
And you can't mess with her. She knows what she's doing. She's super talented. She was the first producer I worked with in Nashville.
And what a person to kind of nurture what you do, because she's not only an incredible producer, she makes people believe in themselves.
Yeah, she's a very good positive influence. And then I just happened to be that girl marching up and down Music Road, knocking on doors, and I walked into the studio, and that was her studio that day. She was producing in, so it was cool how it happened.
Nice. What do you think about, it's obviously a good thing that women are not going to sit back and take this crap of not being played as much on the radio and always having to take a back seat anymore. Is that something you really push, or are you of that cream rises to the top no matter what gender or color?
I want the fair shot, but I've never felt like I was a victim. I was in a male-dominated industry selling cars. I was in a male-dominated industry in the music business, and I've always been, I feel like, part of the underdog crew in certain ways. But I've had producers, even yesterday, email me or call me and say, hey, I'm looking for songs. Or even for a guy artist, what do you have? And that to me is the hugest compliment, because it's like I've earned that reputation in town to where they know not only do I write songs that are commercial, but also songs for males, which is a big, mountain to climb in this industry, in this town.
That's the thing too, because so many guys are getting label deals and getting on the radio. A lot of the female writers have been having to write guy songs, and you're not able to sing for yourself.
Not as much,
express your own voice. And So it's nice to see this turning around.
Luckily for me, I've always kind of thought like a dude, I think, in certain ways. And so writing songs for guys has not been a problem. I guess I've been around guys so much my whole life, and all my band is guys, and all the car sales when I was around. So, but just kind of being more of a tomboy growing up, and I played sports, and so I've never really had this like lay down and die mentality or poor me. I think you just have to suck it up and go, this is how it is. It hopefully doesn't have to be like that forever. And I'm all about change and the ability to make it grow or to change perceptions. And I think by writing great songs, by getting out there and not having sympathy for yourself, and just not being afraid to jump in my car and drive to the middle of nowhere, Montana to go play a show, or to drive to New Mexico, or drive to Mexico, and things like, I know that there are fears of danger, safety, and I try to be very cautious along the way. But sometimes you just got to throw inhibition to the wind and go, I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do, and this is my goal. I want to sing on the Grand Ole Opry. I want to write #1 songs or albums for other artists and for myself. And since you have those goals in mind, but then I think in the last 6 months it's really kind of hit me of, these are my personal goals for my own pride, and is it selfish desire? Like, of course I want to sing on the Grand Ole Opry, but then at the end of the day, you know, when you die, there's a lot of people that have sang the Grand Ole Opry you might not remember, but you remember Dolly Parton because she's done so many great things for humanity, for reading books, for Dollywood, you know, her generous heart and her charities. And so then, I don't know, I hit this paradigm shift of to change the world toward like, what am I doing to change the world, and how do I want people to remember me? Just somebody that sang good or writes good songs, or is it somebody that made a difference along the way? So I think learning that God's given me the gifts and talents to use, but is it for my glory or is it for His glory and to help other people? And that's been a really cool awakening to try to think of not just me being a girl. I mean, yeah, I want to be the woman that changes the world, but I think that you can help anybody along the way.
And it's not about getting breaks because you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's that equal shot.
Right.
And that's, people always think, well, if she's getting a break, then it's screwing this guy over. No, it's not. Everybody can rise to the top.
Right.
It's equal playing field.
Well, I've always been a fan of if the coach wants to play the best player, play the best player. I've never been one that needs to get a trophy for participation. I want to win, and I'm competitive.
That's always been a thing in the Eagles, and that was always a lot of disruption in the Eagles was other people saying, well, you know, you guys are getting all the songs. Why aren't you cutting my songs? And it's, well, we're doing what's best for the band. Right. It's what's best for the Eagles, not what's best for each individual person. It's a team. I like you. You guys do a nice song?
That's empathy. Yeah. I don't know. Am I allowed to use the B word on this show? All right, cool.
Yes, of course.
I just wanted to let it go.
I never know what.
I'm probably not going to use the harmonica then. If I'm able to play this one, I'll just play this one. This song is also a true story inspired by that girl back in high school. It's called Karma. Well, weren't you the prom queen in 2003? Now you're serving up Whoppers down at Burger King. You swore you were gonna get out of this town. When you got knocked up, I guess it knocked you down. Ain't it funny how the tables can turn around? Every bridge you had, you smoked them down. You used to have your nose stuck up in the air. Now you're closer to the south of my Frigidaire. You know it's a long way to fall, looking down on everyone else. How'd you end up on the bottom when you used to be top shelf? Well, be careful who you're calling white trash. And yes, I would like some fries with that. What the heck are you gonna do? Now that karma's an even bigger bitch than you. I remember every mean word you said to me. You made fun of my clothes and my crooked teeth. But I got braces and a business degree, and I'm dating the captain of the football team. But you know it's a long way to fall, looking down on everyone else. How'd you end up on the bottom when you used to be top shelf? Well, be careful who you're calling white trash. And yes, I would like some fries with that. What the heck are you gonna do? Now that karma's an even bigger bitch than you. Oh, maybe I should learn looking down on everyone else. How'd you end up on the bottom? Girl, you used to be top shelf. Well, be careful who you're calling white trash. And by the way, can you supersize that? What the heck are you gonna do? Now the karma's an even bigger bitch. Oh, karma's an even bigger bitch. Karma's an even bigger bitch than you. That's karma.
That's excellent. It's funny when you said, can you say the B word? It's like so many things now are the initial / word.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what any of them are. So,
Boss.
yeah, B word, D word, C word.
Mhm. Every letter's got one now, I guess.
Yeah.
The Z word's gonna be really bad.
I'm trying to imagine what that could possibly be.
I'm sure the kids will come up with something.
Some anatomical
Exactly.
insult. What have you got going on that people need to know about?
I'm so pumped, y'all. I'm releasing my 9th album this spring.
Wow.
And I haven't released the name of it yet publicly until now.
Okay.
It's called Bulletproof.
And you are. That's a great appropriate
And I
title.
felt like, so I was really excited because I released 3 EPs last year. I did Ready in June, Aim on September 11th, and Fire on January 1st.
Nice.
And I want all 15 of those songs, plus 5 bonus tracks are going to be on the new record that's coming out. And it's going to be in physical form so people can get Bad Bitch. And songs like Change the World are going to be on there. And so I felt like throughout the whole 12 years I've been on the road full-time touring, not only emotionally and physically, but just like spiritually and in all kinds of ways, I just feel like it's developed me, it's sharpened me into a stronger person, a stronger individual, a stronger songwriter, and being able to go on the road anywhere, anytime, and to perform these songs. And I feel like the ups and downs of life and love have just kind of gotten me to this point where I was like, you know what? You can bring it on, because I mean, you're gonna push me down. You can talk crap about me. You can try to do whatever you're gonna, but you're not gonna hold me back. You're not gonna keep me down. So it's bulletproof.
I love it. Get it. Erica Sunshine Lee, Bulletproof, coming up this spring. Connect with her on social and your website as well.
EricaSunshineLee.com. Follow me on Bands in Town, because you never know when I'll show up in your city. Literally, you never know. I don't even know. I could be in Kalamazoo, Michigan tomorrow. So.
I know. I'm watching you, and it's like you're in Nashville, and you talk about stuff you're doing here, and then boom, you're in Costa Rica. It's just, yeah.
I'm playing in Florida for the next 2 weeks. I'll be back. I'm playing at Music on the Bay, a lot of tropical rock events this year coming up. And if you want to book a house concert, message me on Facebook or Instagram, Erica Sunshine Lee, and you can arrange private parties. We've played at weddings, we've played at divorce parties, and we've also played at nudist colonies. So pretty much anywhere, everywhere, you never know. I've played at the world's largest music festival and a house concert for 10.
Wow. And house concerts are a blast.
I love them. That's my favorite environment.
It's one-on-one, and you get to talk, and it's not just going and sitting and watching to be entertained. It's interactive.
Right. And since I am touring playing my own music, I think it's just people want to know the stories behind Change the World. They want to know why I wrote a song like Karma, and they want to know like the story. And Jessica Nixon and I had a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, and I got a mean text from a girl, and I said, "Let's write Karma's an even bigger bitch than you," and she loved it. And so those are how it just magically kind of happens. And the songwriters that I meet here in Nashville and on songwriter festivals or at other shows, we come back and we're able to collaborate, and it's really cool. So it's kind of funny that like I fell into this tropical rock world 2 years ago. And I'm like, I'm a country singer, songwriter, but it sure is easy to write songs about the beach. And when I'm playing in Key West, and may I have too many mojitos. So there's songs that come out of my life experiences, and that's just pretty fun to be able to write about it.
I live vicariously through what you do, because I just see you going everywhere and entertaining people and having a lot of fun, and I just, right from day one, that caught my attention. So.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it's always been an adventure, and you never know where it'll lead next. And I just keep praying, God, put me where you want me. So if it's in Africa on a mission trip to Kenya with my church, or if it's in Hawaii playing with Henry Capono, or back down in Australia, or wherever, I love being able to go and to just share my songs and to live a full life.
You literally have guitar will travel.
Yeah.
It is. So now it's time to play Asked and Answered. So our lovely viewers from around the world, that's you, have sent in questions.
Ooh, cool.
So you get to reach into the ugly cookie jar that I spent a fortune on at Goodwill and pull out a question.
Okay, let's see. What do y'all want to know? This could be scary because I don't lie. So, all right, let's see. What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Ooh. Scariest thing I've ever
That's
done.
from Elaine.
I mean, Elaine in London.
Yeah.
I have been skydiving 3 times, and that was pretty dang scary. But I kind of wanted to do it, so I guess it was like exhilarating, scary. But like in real life, other than something I've done to myself like that, to put myself through that. Sometimes it's just the scariest thing is to like put yourself out there and to be able to like know that people may hate what you say or love what you say or but to just get on that stage. And I mean, it was pretty terrifying on stage with Randy Houser opening for him in Summerfest. I mean, but it's like this fear and this excitement and this perfect storm of like, this is what I wanted to do my whole life. Holy crap, I'm here.
Wow. It's almost like that saying, the most dangerous thing you can do in your life is be honest.
That's very true.
And that's neat.
But I have it ingrained in me to say what I think, so I have no problem being honest. The scary thing is if you don't want to know, don't ask me.
Although jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, I just don't.
It doesn't make a lot of sense,
No,
but it was pretty fun.
So Erica Sunshine Lee is opening or going out on her first solo stadium tour worldwide.
Hopefully.
Who is your support act?
Well, I don't think that Stevie Nicks would be my support act. I would probably say we're my co-bill
Okay.
with Stevie Nicks.
Stevie.
Yeah.
She's still cool.
She's the best. I mean, she's absolutely like my hero.
Yeah.
Between her and Dolly Parton, I don't think that you could get any like, more inspiration between the two.
Yeah, those
Those are my heroes.
Yeah. I just can't work the lips today. I don't know what's going yeah, no, I feel silly even doing that by myself.
Me too.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so
You
much
gotta
for
come back
having me.
again. I love having you here, and
Anytime.
I love your music, and good luck with everything, like you need it.
Thank you. You just, they say hard work creates luck, so I believe in that.
Nice. Erica Sunshine Lee, check her out and buy her music.
And my new children's book, Butterfly, so check that
You got
out.
a children's
I
book?
do. I just wrote it and I got it illustrated last year. It's out. And surprise, I haven't released this either, so you're getting all the good news here. My new children's book, Billy the Bully, is coming out in 2 months.
Come back.
I will when it comes out.
When it comes out.
Perfect.
And we'll talk again.
And I read it at school, so if you want me to come read it at your classroom or an event, let me know.
I love it. That's excellent. So Erica Sunshine Lee, writer, producer, singer, songwriter, children's author. What am I missing?
I hope to be, like a humanitarian and philanthropist one day.
Humanitarian and philanthropist. Thanks for watching Nashville Meets World. Catch me every Sunday all across the UK on Chris Country, immediately following Kix Brooks and American Country Countdown. We'll see you next time.
See y'all later.
On my way.